I will add for a moment also the Rockefeller story, which I think is also interesting here, because Rockefeller story, which is an American family, when the old man Rockefeller had retired at 50 from the oil and gas business, doing philanthropy and things, he had 5 children also, not 9, but 5, 4 daughters and a son. Of course, at that time in the late 19th century, the boys had to go to business. The girls got capital and real estate. The boys had to go. So John D. Rockefeller Jr. essentially, when his father retired, and even before that, had to go on boards and things and be a capitalist. Well, a series of conversations that they had, I made it one in my first book, but it's a series of conversations at Kykuit, which is the house the son built for the father, which you can visit on the Hudson River. It's a very simple house. Could have been entirely different. It isn't. It's a home. It's not a house. But the father and the son engaged in conversation, and I'll shorten it this way. Junior, as he was called, which was a hard thing to do, but he had his father's name. It's a tough thing to be junior. I'm a junior. I know something about that. Finally went to his father and he said, "Father, I would like to leave the family business." Father said, "Really, son, what do you do? What do you want to do?" And Junior said, "Father, I want to spend my life growing a great family and doing philanthropy." By growing a great family, you can read at Rockefeller Center today, there's a plaque as you approach the skating rink where you can read his philosophy. Now, what's so fascinating about that story, Michael, is the father said, "Then you must do that." He didn't say you can't do it. And then he said, "And by the way, I'm not doing so well with my philanthropy. Will you help me?" You feel the spiritual capital of that family?
Yeah.
Lies in that son and father's conversation. And what did Rockefeller Jr. go on to do? He had 5 sons and a daughter. They all turned out pretty well. Were there issues? Yes. But they all turned out pretty well. And the philanthropies still support all kinds of important things in America today, most of which people have no idea was Rockefeller money. Now, I'm not praising people, but they were also a family bank. They were responsible to the world as well as to each other for exchanges, for learning. These people knew what they were doing.
Different times, and
yes,
but we can still. I think there's a lot to be said, and when I said it, it really resonated for me. There's a lot to be said in taking time to slow down.
As my dad said, hasten slowly.
Hasten. There's a book recently written a few years ago by a couple of Navy SEALs about running their business called Extreme Ownership. And they said, slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Just as wise, hasten slowly.
And I think, is there any other notes about, any other comments or notes that you would like to talk about the family bank? I think,
Michael, I feel very complete thanks to your wonderful questions.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for joining us, because now when we talk about this with families, I think I need to do more stepping aside and just offer the paper and the podcast and say, go play with this. If this is something that excites you, then play with it.
And my dad would be blessing yours and my conversation today. A very humble man, but he would say, if we can continue the lineage of that spiritual magnanimity, it's a good thing to do.
Wonderful. Jay Hughes, thank you so much for joining us today on the Family Biz Show. It's been great to have you. I want to remind people, the James E. Hughes Jr. Foundation website has a library. There's lots of Jay's writings and reflections available there. Well worth, if you're looking to ensure that your family has a chance at flourishing, a lot of those writings will really help you to think about how to do that in a thought-filled and purposeful manner. So again, thank you, Jay. My name's Michael Columbus, with Family Wealth and Legacy in Rochester, New York. This has been the Family Biz Show, and we look forward to having you on future episodes and sharing more information with us. Thank you
Thank
so
you. And thank you.